Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to look at blending modes. Okay, so a blending mode is when you put a layer on top to blend with the layer below. So if we look at our layers over here, I will be blending my greeny blue bird with the layer below, which is the cover of the book. Okay, and I just want to go through the different blending modes that you have. Now the first set here, okay, we've got normal and dissolve, which are pretty obvious, you dissolve the image, but this first set here are actually what you would use to darken the image. So all of these are to darken the image in some way. The next one is to lighten the image in some way, all of those 5 there. The next one will actually change the lighting on the image. So you've got overlay, soft light, hard light, vivid light, etc. And then difference and exclusion. Oops, let's just take that off a second. Okay, and then difference and exclusion here. You will find that they are to confer or to extract colours from the image. And then the final set here will add an effect or affect the colours directly in the image. So I'll just go through that again. So we've got darken, then lighten, then the actual brightness and light within the image, and then we have to confer or to extract colours, and then the last one is to add colours or affect colours directly. So once that's all said and you realise that whatever image you have at the top, that is going to blend with the image below. That's really important to know that. So normal is the default at the top there, and then as I say, you've got your blending groups, and it is just a matter really of playing around with the effects that you want. Now you should be able to, and I'll just check this because I know it happens in, yeah, it doesn't happen in Elements. If you had Photoshop, you would find if you hovered over the blending mode, it would give you a preview of what it would do. But with Elements, with slightly less things in your sort of kit, because it is so much cheaper, you don't get that. So it's just a matter of trying it out. So if we click on dissolve, there's not a huge amount that's happened there, so I'm going to edit and undo that. You can just press Ctrl Z, you hold down the Control button on your keyboard and click Z. Let's go to darken. There you go, that's done something. So that's darkened the image. What it's actually done is removed all of the light colours from the image. You can see that it's, you know, you can see that all the light colours have gone. If I just undo that, ooh, there we go. You can see it's taken away that light blue colour. It's taken away the light colours in that one. Let's go to multiply. Again, this has taken pretty much all colour away and given us a silhouette. Okay, and each image you play with will be different. Okay, you'll get a slightly different effect. Let's try colour burn, and now we have just really a silhouette of that image. Let's go up and try darker colour. Again, you can see it's removed those pale colours. And then if we start on our lighten, again, you've got not much left there. It's literally lightened every dark colour on that image. Coming down again, we've got screen, which we're quite familiar with. This has just provided a very pale version of the image. That can work really well sometimes if you've got a page that you're decorating images with. Colour dodge. Ooh, that's kind of made it a bit more green. Very, very pale. Just undo that one, and then if we come down to linear dodge, again very pale version of the bird, but it may work really well and give you the kind of effect that you need depending on what you're doing. Lighter colour, again that's not so great, it's pretty much taken everything away that we can see. Let's bring that back, and then we can go to overlay. It's done a little bit, you know, it's changed the lighting. I quite like that because it's more clear. And then we'll come down again. We're now on our our lighting changes. That's kind of made it fade. So you can see it really does depend on the images that you're playing with. Hard light, that's kind of made it a bit brighter in some ways. Coming down, vivid light. Oh, that's kind of really punched the greens through and the yellows. And then we have linear light. That's quite an interesting one. Coming down again, pin light. Not done a lot for us there. Okay. Hard mix. That's interesting, very neon. Okay, and then difference. Now we're on to our converting or extracting the colours with this one. These two are converting or extracting colours. So let's look at what exclusion does. Very pale actually. You can see that's a really pale image, but it's great for kind of placing across something. So I do like that one. Okay, so you can see we're now down to our final ones of add, affect the colours. Oh my goodness, that's completely vanished. And again, if you had this on a white background, you might find that it's even better. Again, it's vanished here, but on a white background you may be able to see something that you like. It really does depend on what background you're blending with, what image you have. Colour. And then the final one is luminosity. And again, oh, I love that. Now that's kind of taken the colour of the background. As you can see, it changes colour as I move it. Isn't that amazing? So that's kind of changed the colour and blended it in. But if I put it on the black label, you can see the colour changes again. That's really cool. I like that. It's a great little blending mode there. So I hope you get the idea. The other thing you need to know about is when you are changing, so I'll go back to luminosity again, I can actually change the opacity on every single one of these blending modes. Okay, so that's something to bear in mind, that if you like the idea of what it's done, but you do not like that it's too bright for you, you can always change the luminosity, the opacity, sorry. So if I come down again to, let's make sure that's highlighted, let's try color dodge. Okay, say I wanted to make that just that little bit more translucent. There you go. So with every single blending mode, you have opacity as a second kind of mode to use with that blending mode. So make sure that no matter what happens, if there's a particular blending mode that you like, don't forget, go up to the opacity, mess around with it, you know, do whatever it is you would like to do. Vivid light, let's just change the opacity on that and you'll see what I mean. Okay, you can always create another effect by changing the opacity, no matter what blending mode you have up here. I have got another one just quickly to show you. This one is quite bright. And I'm just going to show you some of the differences using just a different image. So you can see this one is the linear burn and it's a bit bright. So if I come along, I could just, you know, fiddle about with the opacity until I'm happy with it. I'll show you another one. So I think that's still kept that in place. I'm just going to, there we go. So then if we try just one more, let's darken the colour. Oh, that's completely vanished, isn't it? Let's try something with lightning. So let's try a colour dodge. Oh goodness, but I could also change the opacity up here if I like that and just bring it down a little. You can still see the imprint there. It's not something you particularly do, that one, but you know, obviously I'm just giving you some ideas of what you can do. Let's come up to, let's do soft light. Again, that's vanished, so that's not much good to us. So you can see with different images, it worked quite well on the bird, but it's not working on this one with this crazy background that we've got. Try some more darkened ones. Let's try a colour burn. Yeah, that's, I mean, again, you could change the opacity on that so it's not as deep. say to 75. You know, that's quite nice. I quite like that. So just play around with your blending modes up here. Remember that whatever you've got at the top here, you're blending with the image below. Okay, that's really important. And you're only working within 2 images with the blending mode. Okay, so if you play around with it, get the effect you want, and you can use blending modes instead of just opacity to keep your colors. Okay, you can use those blending modes to kind of really get the effect that you want. Okay, and with this tool, you'll find that you can create some amazing effects. Okay, so just have a play around and see what you can come up with. You might try, you know, a more plain background, see how that affects it. Try texture with an image. You can blend a texture with an image, and that works really well. Just play around in blending modes, and if you'd like to show me what you've been doing, don't forget to post on Instagram so I can see your work. I'd love that. My Instagram is always in the video below, so you can always have a link to it. And till I see you next time, guys, craft yourself happy. Take care.